creating our first dashboard. So I believe some of us attempted the assignment. The first question was to fill the gender column with the appropriate data and generate 50 unique names for the customers columns that are of different gender. And note, use functions to write out the functions you need. Use formulas. It shouldn't be function, it should be formula. Use formulas to write out the functions you need. Let me correct it. Use for formulas to write out the functions you need. All right. Now, I already generated a random names for female and male. You can see on this sheet, these are names, female names and male names. I had to generate random names for the name section. So you can see these are female names. Let me freeze it so that I won't have to be scrolling up and down. So these are female names, and on B column are male names. So now back to our training assignment. They say the assignment says fill the gender column with the appropriate data and generate 50 unique names for the customers column that are of different gender. Now, for our training now, we'll start with the customer name. Let's fill in the customer column with these names on the name sheet. Now we'll work with both the referencing and with the formula. Now watch. Here we'll come to the, I think I should increase this a bit. All right, I'll come to the second row on my customer name. I want to pick a name at random from the list of names on my name sheet. So there's a formula we have in Excel. And I told you earlier, once we want to write a formula in Excel, we start with the equal command. So I start with equal and I'll write choose. There's a formula called choose. Choose. What this formula does is choose a value or action to perform from a list of value. So what are we choosing from? We are choosing from that our names. But this time around, I want to incorporate two other functions, two or three more functions. Now I say choose. And choose what? Index number. I'm using the index number of round between because I want it to be randomly between this and this, between male names. Choose at random from the male names and choose at random from the female names. Then round between. Now, how many numbers we have? Note, I only have two columns, male and female. So I'm going to use 1, comma 2. If you can remember from our last formula when we tried to use index and round between together. So 1, comma 2 because I have two columns. One of the column is specifying female names, while the other column is mainly for male names. So now once I choose my round between, I've written my choose round between. I close this first round. Then next I add the value. I put a comma. Now where is my value? I now have to bring in another formula, which is the index. Remember the index when we used it on the location. Then index, which returns a value. Then index will now select the array. Where is the array? The names. We'll now come to our names. We'll now come here and choose our names. Now let me start with the female names. I highlight the whole female names. Now this is where my female name. Now I told you something. You have to always lock it because if you don't lock it, you have to repeat the formula again, but we don't want such that, so we'll have to lock it just by pressing F4 on your keyboard. F4, and you notice the list is locked. Then once that is done, you put a comma. Now you see we should write the row number. Where is our row number? We still use our round between formula. Now by the time you practice, I'll drop all the formulas on the section so that for us to practice. Now round between formula. So when you see round between, now what are we rounding between? We are rounding between male and female. So we put 1, comma. We now count A. That's another function formula in Excel. It counts the number of cells in the ring that are not empty. We already know that our lists are not empty, so we can't just by chance somebody inserted an empty list. So we count A, that's another function. Count A. So what is count A counting? Count A is counting our names, oh no, which is this. You still highlight them. Always remember to lock your formula. So you lock it, then we'll close again. This is the first closing. We'll close again for the second. We'll close the third closing. Then our second value we still use, because we only selected female. Now we'll still use our index formula. If you could remember, then we'll select the male names. We'll still repeat the same formula just as we done for the female. We'll still repeat it for the male. Even have it to Benjamin. So female male names will lock. Then what we do, then the row number. Where's our row number? Instead of using our row number, use a random number, round between. Then we still go back to using 1 comma count A, count the number of cells in the range. Then after that count A, we now do what? We now select these same names again. We now select this name again. And remember, always lock your cells. So now that is locked, I can now close. Now this is the first close, second, the third, and the last. You can now see it has now brought me back to the choose function. If you notice, because I've added the final closing, so it has given back to. I now press enter. You see, it has randomly generated Ella on the first column. Now, because I locked the cell, I can just double click and it will fill everything up with the proper name. But while working, I noticed that one of the names are same, like they are not unique. Like I noticed Benjamin out of this. So we could quickly change Benjamin to Aaron because they are two. So we're good. Hope you are good. Now you see it's at random. It's random because we've not changed this. It will still be generating them at random. So but we are coming to that. Now let me fill the gender with either male or female. This time around we are going to use another formula, and this formula we are going to make use of multiple formula too, also picking from the name. But this time around we want either male or female. We don't want their name, but we'll pick it from their name. So this is what we are going to do. Equals to, again, then there's a function called if. I think I tried to introduce this in the last class. So we use the if function. Now we are going to use the if function with other formula. Then if, check whether a condition is met and returns the value if true, and or return false if the value is not there. Then if, then the logical test, what are we testing for? What is the condition that we are testing for? Then I want to use another function. If this is a number, if this is valid, that's the logical condition. But instead, I'm going to use another formula. Is if it's number, check whether a value is a number and returns true or false. Then what is a number? That's still the logical condition that I'm still doing. If is a number, then match as another formula. Now match, if it's a number, then match it with what? Then what are we matching up? Now match is introducing another formula. It's looking for a lookup value. What is the lookup value? Where is our lookup value? Our lookup value, it's where? That's the question now we have to deal with. Now this is what we are looking for. We are looking for this. That is our lookup value. From this name, check whether this customer is a customer name, and the name from the customer name column is either a male or a female. So my lookup value is on the customer name. That is where I'm looking out for. Then comma, lookup array. Where is this list of names? Where are they from? So That is what I'm going to do next. Now come to my name section. Remember my name section. Now I have the first lookup. Let me use the female. Then I highlighted all the female. Remember, always lock your field. Then lock it. That is the lookup array, comma. Now it will ask me match less than, that's the positive one, exact match, that's zero, or minus one, that's greater than. But this time around, we want an exact match in the sense that we want wherever we see Olivia, that is where it will turn to me. And whenever we see Grace, it will know that indicate that it's me. So we want an exact match. So we here we type zero. So after that, we now close it. We've done our first, then you see, close. Then we close again before the is number. Then the logical test that we are testing for, we now say, okay, what are we testing? You can notice that we've completed the logical test. So we can say, comma, then the value. What value do we want if this logical test is met? Remember, we selected the female section, the female name section. So we want a female. I told you once you're writing a string, a text in Excel, you definitely have to use a quotation. So a double quotation. So this is a female. Change it to female and close. Down. We are done with that. We'll close it. Down. We are good with the female names. But we don't want to stop there. Use we also want to do that for the male section. So do comma. We'll continue with our if command. We'll continue writing this same command. The only thing that will be different there is just the columns for the male. So if is number next is number, then what again? Match. So you write this same function again. Then where is our lookup value? Our lookup value, remember, is no longer here because we are writing this formula. That is why we're on this sheet. So we'll go back to our training sheet. That is one important good aspect of Excel. Gives you this chance to interchange, work with different sheets. That's what we call the power of referencing. So we'll come to our training data set. Where is the lookup value? We'll come to this, we still click this. That is the lookup value that we are looking for. Then after we've done the lookup value, what do we do next? Yeah, that's your guess. Now, comma. Then lookup array. Where's our lookup array again? Who can guess? Yes, names. We now come to our name sheet. Now we select the name on the main sheet. We select. Then what next? Yes, we lock it. Then after locking, what do we do now? Next, after locking, who is guessing? Okay, your guess is as good as mine. So after that, we put a comma because we've done with the lookup array. Then what match do we want? An exact match. Now, after that exact match, we'll close it because we've met the condition. Yeah, after we've done that, we'll close again the match, we'll close then we've completed the logical test. Can I say, okay, logical test complete. Then what value do we want if this time around we want a male? We selected female in the first place. So we want a male. Always put it in quotation. Then since we know the male, then we are done. Then value if false. What if the names is not included in this selection, in this list of names? So what value do we know? Then let's say we can try different things. We can say undisclosed, we can say unknown, we can just try unconfirmed. So for now I'll use unknown, or let me use unknown. Oh, I think I'm not getting my spelling now. Okay, is it UNKNOWN? Yeah, I think this is good. Now we close double. Then we are done. The next thing is to final closure, close our condition, close, close, and close. I think we are good to go. Yeah, value first. We are good to go. Something is wrong with my audio. Something is oh, you notice it's already giving me a sign. My unknown, I only closed with my quotation, but I did not open with a quotation. So okay, something is still wrong with my value. Yeah, can see. I think my this is SS to requirement. So I had to take it off. Let me see what's wrong with my value. Okay, what is wrong with my value? Let me debug it and know where the error is coming from. Okay, F2, F2, F2. Where's my name coming from? Okay, let me add one here. Enter. Okay. What's wrong with my code? Let me see if it's number match. You close match. It's number match A2. Name. You lock it. You lock here. Okay. Female. You close. Start again. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. Okay. Give me a second. Let me debug. If it's number match. Okay. Named 0 double comma female. Yeah, I've seen it. This is where my error is coming out from. Here, that's where my error is coming out from. So I had to take this thing off. Sometimes while writing a long code, you still have to you encounter some of this. So you see, now I have male and female. And just double click. You see, Elijah is a male, Michael is a male, Lily is female, female, Chidera, Nathaniel, Delcy. So it's good. We now have everything on our name column. You can notice that we don't have any blank. Like I told you, you scroll down. All our rows are filled with the proper. So the code will be there on the chart. So let me copy this. I told you it's already have a there's still a formula there, but we don't need the formula because we don't want it to be generating at random and to be slowing down our work. So we have to copy Ctrl C, and we can come down and do paste value. Same thing with the gender. Ctrl C it, come to paste value, paste the value. Now we don't have any formula there. Are we good? Then we are good to go. Then we'll come back to, we can now highlight this. Think we are going. Then highlight, come to insert, insert our pivot tables. So where do we want our pivot tables? We want it on on this new worksheet. Okay, so it will, so let's me bring the pivot table here, this sheet, and name it pivots workings, because we'll have to do some workings there. But these are pivot workings, so these are table. We already have those data there. So let's start creating some there. So we have count of customer, we have all those things. Now let's start with let's start with a let's work with the sex, let's the gender, let's drop the gender here. Let's see what will happen. Let's pick the paid and unpaid and drop it on the row section. Then good. Now let me pick the amount. See what's happening. Yeah, we can see the amount and it's looking good. I actually don't like working with points on my data, so usually like closing them. number format usually work now. Okay, so we are good. But we don't want a some we want average. Let's say average of the payment for the male and female. Average time they paid instead of the total amount of paid. So we can change this to average uh, instead of sum. So now this is the average. Now you can say okay, this is good. We already have our first data. So we can use this to create our chart just by clicking on any space, any place on this data set. We'll come to insert, look at your recommended chart. It already fits a cluster column. We can look at the rest and see what we have there. But I already want, let's work with this. You can choose any of your preference if you want. So, but let's work with this. I want to work with this. So you can see we can edit this if you like. Now let me quickly do some adjustment there. Let me add a chart title. Okay, let me add chart title. Data label. Nah, it's not good. Data table. Yeah, let's leave the data table. I think we already have the gender on the data table, so we don't need the legend. So let's remove this legend. So I think our data is looking better. Now this is an amount of paid. Yeah, we can now say name this one average average payment per gender. Yeah, average payment per gender. Can name the, yeah, we can, let me bold in it. Let me turn this bold. Yeah, can, this is looking beautiful, at least on a good day. Now what, let's work with another this same data. I, instead of coming back to this training and copying this, going to coming here, going to insert recommended, no sorry, coming to insert pivot, uh, going all through this series, we can just simply make it like this, copy down this one here, Control C, we drop it, Control V. So the next thing is just to change the whole data inside. So we already have our paid, already have, let's take down this paid. See, our gender and our value is still there. So let's use payment method. Let's drop it at the row. You can see payment method, you can change the value now to um mhm, yeah, let's leave it at this average. We can work with it later. Now let's use another chart. Let's use another chart. Recommended. Let's say let me see, line with marker. Is this looking good? Is this marker looking good? Is it looking good? Let me change the average and see. Let me change it to some. No, you can try different thing on your own. Wow, this one is looking a bit good, so I think I'll prefer this one. You can adjust any other thing you want if you don't want the legend, but I think the legend is there to help you to know which is male and which chart is female. But we don't need the data label there. It's no longer necessary, except otherwise it might be important. It's looking cool. This we can see the sum of checks, sum of amount transfer. I think the data label is okay. I think the data table is okay. You can take away the legend. Yeah, I think it's okay. Can take away the can take away the, let's see, No, let's see. Okay, okay, let's just work with this. Now, this is the second chart, like I told you. Can come Control C, copy, Control V. Now, let's work with another data. Now, what do we want to change here? Now, let's say let's try different types of charts. Let's take away the gender this time around. We've had to gender. Let's replace it with name, customer name. Now you see that our customers are long, but we don't want these lengthy customer names. As you can see, the customer name are so wide, so it's making our data looking dirty, but we'll work on that. Payment method, let's take away the payment method for now. It won't be easy. So you can see Aaron made a total of 19 Abigail made a total of 21 not an absolute figure. So Adams and the rest. So the rows keeps going, but we don't want something like that. Maybe we can switch to, let's say, let me see average amount and see what happens there. You can try anything on your own end. Still same thing. Average amount is and so paid. You can try, but the most important thing. Let me change it back to some. Let me change it back to some and see. So the most important thing is customizing our data labels, our data set. So this is too long, this is bulky. So what do? We adjust it. There's a row. Look at this drop down button under column label. Just come there, click, then go to label filters, here label filters. Now you see, you can see label. Now go to value filters. You can see other option. Then come to under that value filter. Come to the last option there. You see top 10, top 10. So you come to this top 10. Instead, we don't want the long list. Remember, we have 50 males and 40 something females. So we don't want them all. So we can just come to this top 10 and give us the top 5. We want the top 5 of them. So you see, so we come to now shrink it to top 5. Are we good? Now this top 5, we can now say, we can now use it to insert a chart of our choice. Come to, now what chart do you think will be okay? So I think this chart is looking pretty good. Now let's use this chart. You can try other chart, but actually prefer this. So we can drop it here so as to know which of them is. So you can drop it here and customize and edit as wish. That's it's all optional. Then let's change this legend to, I think this legend will be, if it's there at the bottom, yes, can know it's okay at the bottom. Oh no, let's leave it at the bottom. So you can see bottom is okay. Let's add a chart title, top, these are top 5 customers. Okay, these are top 5 customers and their price, the value. So we can hover over it and see the value. So think we've done that. Let's see, let's come and paste, Ctrl V. Let's work with another item. So now we've gotten our customers, we've gotten the gender. So I think we don't have the items here. Now let's come to the items and look at the items, what the items are saying. On the column, we already have a customer name. I won't be needing it again. Then what do we need next? The items. Let's bring the items down to row section. Now you see we have a list of our items here, just as we have the customer long list of the customer. But I don't want the list of the item to be this bulky. So like I told you earlier, we'll come to this drop down menu, we change it also, come to the value filters, we do the top 10. So we'll come to the top 5. We don't want the top 5. So our chart will be more happening. Now you can see our top 5 items. So we can now come and insert our chart. Can come to it and pick a recommended chart. We already have our column, we have a bar chart, depending on the chart you want. But I want to use a pie chart. You can see a pie chart. You can see this, and you can see a 3D chart. It all depends on your preference, the one you want to use, the 3D or this preference. It's all yours. So I think I'll go with this. I think, yeah, let me go with this. The preference are all yours. So you can see for our list, you can say, okay, this is what we have. We can change the settings. Let's say these are all. Okay. Top 5 products. Okay, these are top 5 products. Let me see what we have on the legend. Bottom left, merge option. I think let's see what we have on this more option. Think we'll come back to the edition. This I want it to be enclosed. Don't want it to be outside. No, I'll come back there to do the normal customization. I think we've gotten the products. Yeah, top 5 products, top 5 customers, and we've gotten the cash, check, and transfer. And we've gotten the average payment per agenda. I think we didn't name this one. I think we should name this one chart title, rate payment method to use. Okay, is this average? Yeah. Some of payment method used. I think, yeah, some of payment method. Okay, so what else do we? Oh, we don't have our date. Now let's, like I said, Control C, Control V. Then let's work with the date and see what's happening. We have our amount, we have the row. Let's take this away. We don't have our date. Let's see what happens with our date functions. Okay, I think we'll go with this date. And we have our date. We don't need a quarter. We remove the quarter, remove field. Okay, yeah. I think you can see how many years we have. We only have Okay, let's take include January. So this is the sum of amount. So with this we are good. We can include a chart for this. Let's see what chart will be good. What chart will be good? Hold on. I think I want the gender to be included. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let me see the chart. Yeah, I want the gender to be included. What gender? No, no, let's go with this first one. Okay, now our chart is looking good. Our chart is really looking good. We can now do other customization of our choice. So these are the trends for the chart as it's going. So you can see the females are making more sales during months of during the second quarter, and yeah, and the sales for female also dropped during the last quarters. So we are good. Now all this thing now, this is where all our workings was done. We can now come to our dashboard. Let's create a sheet and call it our dashboard. This is our dashboard. Now we bring in all these our charts. Note, we take our chart from beginning. We take this, hold the control button, click on this, sorry, click this, hold the control button, click on this, scroll down, control button, click, select all the charts. Now control C. After selecting all the chart, we come to our dashboard, and what do? We paste it. Control V. Now we can see all our charts. We see this, we see this, we see this. We can bring them all up. I think that was all our charts. Oh no. So I think that is all our charts. Now bring them all up so we can see. We can now do our customization here. Any other customer? These are all our charts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5 charts. Then usually it's always not nice to have all these grid line on your sheet. So when you are designing, so what do? Remove it. We come to view, you see grid lines, you take the grid lines off, click on it, uncheck it. Now the grid lines are off. Now highlight some of the cell for your dashboard. So let's say this, and image. Okay, now let's give this a color, a befitting color. We have blue, so I usually use, I think this blue should rhyme with it, or you can use either of the color you want. I just had to use that, so the color. So now what do we call this? Training sales, training sales dash board. So these are training sales dashboard. We can increase the fonts to our, let me use this. You can increase the font. Is it okay for you? You can still increase it. So yeah, our dashboard is, yeah, it's eating at the moment. Then you can now customize your charts, and so think this one will be okay here. Yeah, this one will be okay here. Okay, what do you think? Let's see if this legend will be okay at the bottom. Is it okay at the bottom? No, it's better at the left. Nope, it's better on the right side. Do we think we need the axis? Yeah, I don't think we need the this. No, sorry. Yeah, don't think we need it. We just need our chart to be, to give. Can now adjust and customize as we want. hmm Is this looking at? It's not looking cool, right? Okay, but this is looking cool. Okay. Okay, this is looking better. Okay, we are just doing the necessary customization. So, mm, top five products, top five. hmm So, just do our necessary customization here. Yeah, can try any of the charts, any of the customization you want. Mm, so, what else do we need here? These are top five customers. Well, I don't want this list on here, so let me see what I could do to list my top five products. Let me see. Come to this element. Okay, I think there are some options here. Mhm. Mm, the value, I don't want the value. I want it in percent. Yeah, and I want the name. Okay, yeah, it's looking good now. Yeah, think, yeah. Then I can now come to this and remove the legend. So, mm, no. Yeah, good. Can adjust as we wish. Now this, let me change this to a readable format. Let me change it to white. Control Z. Let me change the text to white. Okay. Can increase the font size a bit. Okay. Okay. I think it's looking a bit better. Um. Yeah. Take this off. Let me take this off. I'm done with my customization here. So I need this space so I could see what I'm doing. Mm, our dashboard is already looking like what we wanted. You see, so we can and we can still do other customization with this. I think I'll sort that one out later. So can do all this other one on our own. Okay. Okay. So I think our chart is looking for actually like what we wanted. I think our chart is looking. Yeah, our chart is looking. Now, let's say we now this chart is already looking good, but we want it to interact with each other. So what do we do next? We just come to click on any of the charts, click on the chart, then come to this formatting um, option, come to analyze. Then you see this slicer. So insert a slicer. So let's say we want to work with any of the slicer we want. Let's say the female, the gender slicer, what other the slicers are just the column headers that we want. So which of them do we want? Let's say we want the date section. We let's say we need this, we need this. It all depends on what we want. Mhm. The text function. What other location does if we want? Paid, unpaid, payment method. Let me just include all this. Then we'll now work with the ones we want. Now, let me use this the date function. Let me use the location, for instance. Now this is our location. We have location. So this is our location. Now place it somewhere here. Now shift this chart. Now if you look at this, now let me take all these ones off. We'll come back to them. We'll come back. We'll come back to this. Now I choose IBR. You notice it's not interacting with anyone. It's only interacting with average payment because that was the chart I selected when inserting a slicer. So but I want it to interact with each other. So what do? I just come on, go back to this, click on the chart, click on the analyze, click on this, um click on option, you see report connection. So how many connection do we have? We have our pivot table 1, we have our pivot table 2, we have the pivot table 3, table 4 and 5. We have 5 different charts. So but we want it to interact with all the charts. So we click OK. Now if I click Abia now, every sales will show for Abia. So you can see this is Abia sales. On that chart, we can see females are more, females are doing well when it comes to Abia. You can see a number of unpaid. Females have the highest number of unpaid. And when it comes to the trend, you can see from January, there was a big sales. From the first quarter, there was a huge share from female. Males are not really that of a good. And you can see the top number of products, and you can see the top 5 customer when it comes to male. You can see Audrey, you can see Chioma, you can see Funke, Ngozi, Sophia. And when it comes to the products, you can see the rice. Rice has 22%, energy drink has 32%, and you can see the sum of payment method that they are using. So when it comes to Abuja, so it's all changing, it's all changing, it's all interacting and the rest. So now let's pick a gender. Let's inside, let's add another slicer. We'll come to, I told you, come to formatting, we come to analyze, insert a slicer. Now let's use gender slicer. Now we can now customize it to what we want. So mhm. This is the gender slicer. Can ask okay, number of females in, let's say, Lagos. Can see, mhm, if you notice our, it's not interacting yet. So we'll click on this. I told you. Now you come to your option, you come to report connection, and you connect it with every other chart. Come to OK. So now we can come back to our Lagos. You can see Adams Alexander. Now we want only female. Now see top 5 customer. You see Zoe is leading, and the top 5 products that females are purchasing are washing powder, followed by tomato paste. And you can see the chart, and the highest sales occurred around the second quarter, May, June, July. can see. So when it comes to male too, you can see male quarter increase, their sales increase from ending of the last quarter to first quarter of the next year. So we can see Henry takes the lead, and the highest number of products they have is scripts. So that is our that's it. So our result is okay. This is just what we did from the last assignment. From the next section, we'll go into the main data. We'll go into the income statement. We'll look how to generate the income statement using these data we have. You can already have our name. Okay, let me include a chart for the month. Let me include a slicer for the I think this one can come here. I think I don't want this one. Let me use another slicer for this. Now the next thing is to report the connection and ensure it's interacting with every other chart on our chart. Okay, so we are good. So if we look at July 2023, we can see the charts, and we can see, if we look at female and see what is happening in July in, let's say, Lagos, you can see what's really happening in July. Evelyn was taking the lead, and the highest product that was being sold is cold beverages. I think on this data, women we are taking more of beverages than, so can now close everything. Now our dashboard is good for selection. We can now save and export. Thank you very much. This will be the end of today's section. Please like and subscribe my channel. I love you. I'll be posting more of the content as we progress. Thank you. Thank you. Much love. Much love.